Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 101. So, catch up to speed. I have been out of town. I've been traveling a lot lately. The past 2 weeks have been a little bit crazy for me. Week before, I was up in New York for 24 hours. And it's been I think 6 years since I've been to New York City. And I don't remember it being as overwhelming as it felt just in this last trip. Now, granted, I was only up there for 24 hours. I went up to, I made a special trip because a popular men's magazine was like, hey, we want to interview you for a story about you and about YouTube and stuff like that. Would you be interested? Are you ever up in New York? And I'm like, dude, for you, I'll be there whenever you need me to be. You just tell me when. And he's like, hey, can you do breakfast on Wednesday, or no, what was it? Thursday morning. Can you do breakfast Thursday morning? I'm like, absolutely. And so I went up there the night before and I stayed at this incredible hotel. If you guys are ever up in Manhattan and are looking for it was beautiful. It was called the Beekman. Now when I go, and the Chicago Tiege Hanley sort of correlation and connection to the Beekman is every time I go to Chicago, I stay at this hotel called the Thompson. It's a really cool hotel. It's got great rooms, great vibe. It's not the cheapest, but it's definitely not the most expensive, and I just like it. And the Thompson has a few other hotels, and when I was looking for a hotel in New York, it said, hey, the Beekman, we own it. It's a Thompson sort of affiliated hotel. And so I was like, awesome. The hotel, anyway, it was spectacular. So beautiful. It was an old, it was gorgeous, and the rooms were incredible. It was amazing. Sorry. I get all geeked out about hotels apparently these days. And so go up there and I meet this reporter. I went for a run on the East River as soon as I got there. I'll tell you more about the story once I'm able to talk a little bit more about what the article is and who it's for. But I basically hung out with this writer, or this writer for like literally, it was from like 10 a.m. until 4:30. It was like an all-day interview. So it was intense, but I went home. The next day I went right to Savannah, drove down to Savannah with my wife for her family reunion. Now, Savannah, stayed at this hotel that I was excited about, but it definitely did not live up to the Beekman standard. It was called the Andaz, and it's one of the, I think it's Marriott's like boutique hotels. Anyway, still good, not as good as the Beekman, but just want to say, if you're ever have the opportunity to get to Savannah, Georgia, it is so ridiculously beautiful and cool. The amount of history, I highly recommend taking a trolley tour. That was like the highlight of my trip. For an hour and a half, I sat on this open air like trolley and got a tour of the city. And all the history, all the buildings, all the beautiful live oak trees with the Spanish moss. It was spectacular. Love Savannah. Love it. So this is turning into a travel vlog, not necessarily a business vlog. And so I've been out of town. Kelly went out of town. He went to the UK. He went, I think he was in London. And interesting, funny, not funny, sort of scary story. He goes over there for business. He's wrapping up things with his other company. And he's sitting there working, or I should back up. I get an email on Tuesday. Guys, sorry, I had my phone stolen. I can't talk, so just email me. And so I'm like, what's this? And so finally get a text message, hey, I have a phone again. And so I call him, I go, Kelly, what happened? So apparently there he is on Monday. He's sitting there at this coffee shop in London working, doing his thing, not really paying attention. And all of a sudden these two women come up to his table and just throw a bunch of crap down on his table. One of them grabs his coffee, starts drinking it, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Well, about 5 minutes after they left, he notices that his phone was gone. They did that as like a diversion technique and to sort of startle him and to steal his phone, because his phone was laying on the table. And so, little warning. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with London. I'm just saying that if somebody drops crap on your table and starts freaking out and trying to distract you, they could be looking for your phone. Not good. Anyway, he's been out of town. Rob is in Myrtle Beach. for like a family vacation. We have not met this week. We had no meetings this week, and so it was just kind of a little bit crazy at Tiege Hanley. Actually, it feels like nothing has been going on because I haven't talked to anybody, but the reality is that a ton has been going on. Now, the title of this video, we're out of product. Tiege Hanley ran out of products. Well, we didn't. We were about 2 weeks from running out of product, but what we decided to do is this past week, all the people that were coming up for renewal, we decided to just kind of hold off and not ship them their products. Why, you ask? Because we got the sickest, sexiest new products that will be in-house on Monday. And so we thought that it would be a good idea because we had some issues with some of the old batches and the PM smelling a little funky, apparently. And so we decided that we were just going to eat the inventory and we were going to wait for the new fresh batch from our new lab. So you guys that had orders that were supposed to go out this past week, thank you for your patience, but you should be excited because you're getting the freshest, most amazing Tiege Hanley system in the history of skin. So that's good. Monster order coming in, monster order being sort of thought about. We've got airless packaging that we've already ordered for our next shipment coming in. We've got packaging on its way. Tiege has exploded. It's been a rocket ship. And so things are really, really great. Some other things that are exciting is that, you know how I was talking about that uncomplicated t-shirt for a while, right? Well, we were trying to figure out, like, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to give these guys this? And how do we reward the people that have sort of been invested, been involved in the process? And so what we have decided to do is actually this week, I have a note here. It's called Smile.io. It's a loyalty program that we just signed up for where you can earn points from doing things like every dollar you spend, if you're ordering Tiege, you get, loyalty points or reward points if you refer us to a friend, if you like us on Facebook, if you like us on, you earn points and you can exchange it for stuff. Now, the stuff right now looks like t-shirts, but that's really cool, right? The other really cool thing about it is that it's retroactive. And so everybody that has an account that has bought Tiege Hanley will get credit for that. So we're working it out now. It's not launched, it's not rolled out, but that is going on. Another thing, like today I called Josh. I go, Josh, I haven't talked to anybody. What's going on? Build me in so that I can update the people, being you. So that's really exciting, right? A loyalty program. Personally, I think that's awesome and much better than what we were planning to do. Also, SEO specialists. We're starting to hire some people. We're starting to hire some experts to help us sort of get past the next stage of growth for Tiege Hanley. We're still interviewing some people to try and get those high level, next A-level players on board. But that's a process. It's a process that can't be rushed. You shouldn't rush it. You've got to make sure that everybody is invested, everybody is on the same page. Another thing that is happening is Ryan, our previous remarketing and promotional specialist that was handling all of our paid traffic, is transitioning Josh. Josh has been sort of our go-to guy in-house that has handled most of the social media stuff. He's been moonlighting as a customer service rep, but now we hired somebody else to help with customer service so Josh can be more beneficial and do what Josh is really good at, which is the internet, social media. And so Ryan is actually training him on all the things that he's been doing. Now, is Josh ever going to be as good as Ryan? No. Is he going to be proficient? Is he going to be able to use the tools that Ryan has set up for us and sort of run with those as they are right now? Yes. And so it's not a permanent solution, but it's a good way for us to transition off of Ryan and have him help Josh, help us, help you. Little setback to report with our acne formula. Formulation number 18 and 19, that's how many formulas we've been doing, has not passed. It's separated. Part of the process of our chemist doing his thing, when he creates a batch or a formula, he lets it sit and he waits to see if the ingredients separate, because that's one of the things you don't want. You want the ingredients to stay basically all nice and together so that if it's sitting on a shelf for however long, you don't have to shake it up and it just stays suspended. The molecules are all sort of jumbled together and they stay tight and together. How do you like my scientific explanation? Exactly, it's terrible. And so batch 18 and 19 didn't pass. Slight surface separation. But he says we're close. The fact that it's like 20 days into it and it's only separated a little bit, we're close. He just needs to keep tweaking it. And so we'll get it. I promise you. By the end of this year, we will. I would say by the end of next month, we should have the formula locked and loaded. Once we have that, then we can go to manufacturing. We've already talked about the product in terms of packaging, the naming, and all that good stuff. So that would actually, let me ask you a question. So if we have this acne system, would you recommend that we keep pretty much the packaging, the box, everything the same as the regular kit? Or should we make it look different? That's my question to you. My thinking is that it's just it's an acne system. It's still a Tiege Hanley system. Some of the products are the same, but some are specially formulated for acne. There's also sort of certain things that you don't want to do twice a day, but it's a new system. And so my thought is that, hey, it's an acne system, and it's not something that we should necessarily make look different. It's just the acne system. But some people on our team are like, no, we should make it look different. And so I want to know what your opinion is. Should we keep it the same so that everybody gets the same Tiege Hanley stuff that looks all the same? It just will say like acne, whatever. Or should we change it and make it look different? That's up to you. So let us know. That would be helpful. The last vlog was vlog number Big 100. And I'm just looking through the comments. A lot of people saying congratulations, thank you so much. Another thing, I hit 3 million subscribers on my YouTube channel last week. And that was pretty big. That was really big. It still like blows my mind when I think about it. And it's just, it's crazy, right? 3 million is a big number. And the craziest thing is that much more than 3 million, like most people that watch my videos don't even subscribe. Like 60, 70% of the video views that I get are from other people that aren't subscribers. So it's pretty crazy. Another thing that's crazy, had a visitor at my office just show up. That was a little bit uncomfortable. It's always like, so here's the deal with me. I'll just tell you this. I have, how do I say this without sounding like a dick? I love when I am out and people, recognize me. And, hey, I love it. I love it so much. It never gets old. And it's one of the most special things to me. And it's incredible. But for some reason, I get weird when people show up at my office. Now, one of the issues is that, well, don't let people know where you live. Well, the fact that, or not where I live, but where my office is. And the fact is that it's where I ship Pete and Pedro out of, and I've got to put the address so that people can ship it back. Well, that is changing, and so I will be changing the address. But I've had at this office probably like 8 people that have shown up, and I always know when they're coming to see me, because I'll look out my window and I've got this like the zigzaggy ramp that comes up, and they're always well dressed and they always look a little nervous, and I always know, like this one guy, he comes up, he's got double monk strap shoes, he's got this, and I'm just like, here we go. Anyway, had a visitor yesterday, and I felt rude, but I was getting ready to get on a call, and he just shows up. And I've got a big sign, like at the front door, it says no visitors, right? And I don't know how to handle it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like they show up, and what do? Do I just lock the door and like hide and wait for them to leave? Like, I just don't know how to handle it. And it's weird. It makes me feel vulnerable, though, to be honest. And yeah, I just don't know how to handle that yet. I haven't gotten used to that. And I know that I'm small time and in terms of YouTube, but as my subscribers have grown, and as more people, like when I go out, like, and this is not like to brag, this is just the reality, is that when I go to the gym, or when I go out to the mall or Starbucks, like people recognize me. Like probably like one day it was it was a lot. It was like 8 people in the span of like an hour of being at the mall. So it's like, it's not like nobody, right? And so that's incredible. That's amazing. And I love that so much. But it's when people make a point to come to me, that feels weird. You know, I do StyleCon with Antonio, or it's actually called the Menfluential Conference now. And that's sort of what I feel like is my time to sort of be social, meet people, and to invite people sort of into my world. And if for those of you who don't know, if you guys are interested, StyleCon or Menfluential Conference is happening soon. It's February 23rd and 24th. And so if you haven't bought your tickets yet, or if you're thinking about it and you're an entrepreneur, there's no better place for you to be February 23rd and 24th than in Atlanta, Georgia. Guys, I will link to the page or the site where you can buy your tickets. They're as cheap as they're going to be, and they're going to sell out probably within the next month. And so I would hate for you to miss it. You know, buy your tickets now. I think the general admission ticket is $150. The business ticket is $250 if you've got a business. A little bit more expensive. But Antonio and I, my business partner, we don't make money on it. We basically make enough just to cover our expenses, because it's something that we just love doing. It's incredible. Last year, I think we had like 300 people that showed up. This year, we're probably going to max out the facility at like 350, and that's it. We don't plan on growing any larger than that, because one of the things that's so sort of special about the event is that I can meet, I can talk, I can engage with. It's such a special time. And you know, I'll just tell you real quick, and I'll get off of this topic. Day one, the Friday, is all about entrepreneurship. We've got lots of people that have businesses, that have started businesses. Rob and Kelly, they'll be there. And it's all about businesses and entrepreneurship and how you can start your own, and tips and lessons and panels where you can ask questions and engage and talk to these people. Like all the people you've heard me promote, they're all there. Like Ben from Chassis, David from Anson Bell, like all these Rib T guys, they're coming. Like all these guys that you've heard about, Vincere, like all these companies, they come, they hang out, they socialize, and they just want to be a part of it and to meet the people that have basically helped their business grow into what it is. Because you guys have not only helped Tiege Hanley, all the businesses and things that I talk about, like KK&J, the Shirt Tail Garters, like these are all small businesses. It's not the Dollar Shave Clubs of the world, but it's the small businesses that I get to do these promotions for, that I believe in their product, that I love their product, and it literally changes the trajectory of their business. Sort of like what's happened with Tiege Hanley, not to that magnitude, but you understand what I'm saying. It's so special for me to be able to help these good people with good businesses and entrepreneurs succeed. And so it's an opportunity for them to come to show me and Antonio and Jose and all these other influencers, you know, sort of thank you, and also just thank the fans, and to give back and to talk about stories of success and failures and things that they've sort of seen over the years of having their business, and they help the people that are there learn from their successes and failures. And so it's really like, you can't, for $150, like you cannot buy the education that you can get in these 2 days. The second day is all about personal development. So you have some incredible speakers, all the influencers that you guys love. They're doing presentations, there are panels. Both nights, Friday and Saturday, there is a mixer where it's included in your ticket price, where we have bartenders come in, lots of booze, and everybody drinks responsibly and just hangs out for like 2 or 3 hours. We also feed you lunch both days. We have food trucks. We have like 4 or 5 food trucks come in. That's also included in your ticket price. And so it's just you guys are watching a business vlog, you must come if you can. Figure out the arrangements later. Atlanta's a cool city. I'm getting all excited now. My mouth's a little, hold on. It's just it's special, and you would love it. Anyway, that's when I engage. That's when I talk to people. That's when I for 2 days, I am just like, I'm yours. But I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. And I feel like such a dick. I feel like such a jerk. Like I should be so thankful, right? But I don't know, it's just this weird way that we live right now. And this whole thing with like social media and influencers, and you know, some influencers are always doing like meetups, and some people are really like, hey, this is where I live and check this out, and you know, and it's getting a little bit weird, right, for some people. And I don't see myself in that regard. Like, I'm definitely much smaller, and I don't promote, you know, hey, come and meet me. But when people take it upon themselves, like somebody on a road trip drove down that was here from the UK. They made a specific stop to come drive through Atlanta so that he could hand deliver me a letter. It's so special. It's so, like, I can't even tell you how good it feels for me and how it fuels my soul and all that good stuff. But at the same time, it's a little bit scary. I got to be honest. It's a little bit scary, and I feel a little bit vulnerable at times. And so that's one of the other benefits to getting this warehouse for Pete and Pedro, is that I get to change my address, but everything's out there on the internet now, so it's going to be out there. And if somebody really wants to come up, I guess they just do. But you know, I've got cameras and, you know, security systems and stuff like that. But it's still weird, because I mean, what am I gonna do, right? Like, somebody's like, hey, I just came because I want to meet you. It's like, hey, nice to meet you. Sorry you can't stay. I gotta go. Bye-bye. Take care. Drive safe. Take a parting gift on your way. Like, I don't know what to do. But I just wanted to share that, I guess, with you, because it happened yesterday, and it still has me a little bit weird in the head. But I guess I'm gonna leave it there, guys. It's been a great, it's been a crazy ride, this Tiege Hanley thing, and I feel truly are just getting started. We're just getting started. The future is bright. It is super bright, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It's still up in the air. I mean, there are so many question marks, and we're still having to figure everything out. We've been successful. We've screwed a bunch of stuff up, but as long as you're going to forgive us and understand that we're doing the best job we can, that's all we can ask. Guys, it's about you. It's about you at the end of the day. It's about you, and the reason why we started this business was to help people, everyday, average, amazing men like yourself, look better, feel incredible, and cut out all the crap and the noise and all these crappy products. Just give you a solid solution at an incredible price that you can set it and forget it. That's it. That's Tiege Hanley. And I'm so proud of this company. And I'm proud that you're a part of it. And I'm proud. Like this is one of my big accomplishments. I truly feel like Tiege Hanley is one of the big ones for me. And YouTube and the 3 million subscribers, that's actually even a little bit bigger. So, guys, thank you. Thank you for everything, and I'll see you next week with more updates, like better updates. I'm sorry, this one went all over the place, but that's what happens. When I'm out of touch with my people, Alpha gets crazy. And I feel a little crazy. Guys, we love you more than our double monk strap shoes. We'll see you next week. You rock.